What's crack-a-lackin'? Welcome in to My Mind is a Weapon Fantasy Football Show.
What's crack-a-lackin'? Welcome into another episode of My Mind is a Weapon Fantasy Football Podcast. I am your host, Sleazebomb. Today, we're going to be going over my running back rankings, top 36 tiered out here for week 3. If you guys want to check out my defense and quarterback, those are out. I will get my wide receiver and tight ends out to you guys next before the end of the day today. So you have all my rankings and all my start sits. And then tomorrow, I'm going to be diving into some sleeper plays heading into week 3 for deeper leagues and my smash starts that I think you're going to get a touchdown or 20-plus points in that game. Before we dive into it, guys, as always, make sure you tap that thumbs up, hit that subscription button. All the support's appreciated. I cannot thank you guys enough for all the support you've already shown me already. It's absolutely amazing. We are going to be live tomorrow for the week 3 Q&A show before Thursday night kickoff tomorrow with the Bills and Dolphins, which is going to be awesome. Hope to see you guys in there. And if you guys haven't checked out the Discord where we talk fantasy football off stream 24/7 with my partner Big Draft Energy, the guys FF, it will be pinned in the comments and it will also be in the description of the video as well if you want to check that out. We cover everything fantasy football for you guys, literally everything. And then if you guys want to see the best ball pick'ems that we drop in there as well, make sure you sign up on drafters.com using promo code SLEAZE. It will double your initial deposit up to $100. And let's get it popping. Let's dive into my week 3 running back rankings, top 36 here for week 3, guys. So if you guys are new to the channel, this is my running back board. So ballers here at the top, tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, tier 4, tier 5. We're going to crank out top 36 here for week 3. In my camera picture box, you'll see the 4 running backs that are out, man. Austin Eckler, terrible injury, could be possibly career ending for him. Sad to see. One of my favorite running backs to watch. Aaron Jones put on IR, looking like 4 weeks for him. Tyjae Spears looking like he'll be ready to come back here in week 5. Couple updates hitting for him. And Joe Mixon, we're still in the skeptical woods of what's going on with his foot, man. The updates are all over the place. Now, again, in these ranking videos, these are just my interpretations, my take on the game, how I think it's going to go. We'll look at some, snap shares, their overall points per game, stuff like that. But all the defensive stats, if you want that for the running back, I do drop those in the stardom, sit, and running backs video. So that way you get, double personality play instead of just straight stats over and over that sound kind of the same heading into the video. So that's something new I'm doing. And I'll do that for all my rankings heading into the rest of the year here. Now, starting off with number 1, if you don't have this guy at number 1, you're out of your absolute mind. Bijan Robinson is going to get the Carolina Panthers, and this run D, guys, is just atrocious. The worst in the NFL. Gave up 3,000 plus yards last year. They've given up just touchdown after touchdown already to start the season off here. And if you're not, I mean, you could possibly even think about, splashing in Tyler Algier in your flex this week as well. Because if you look at the snaps last week, when the Falcons were ahead in the game, it was a lower snap share for Bijan Robinson. You saw a lot of carries. I think it was like 16, 17 carries for Tyler Algier. Bijan had a 65% snap share. The Carolina Panthers run D, guys, is just getting absolutely gashed. They're giving up 21.8 points per game, 221 yards on the ground as well. I mean, it is going to be absolutely brutal for them for the rest of the year and how they go against the running back. Bijan Robinson, easy number 1 for me here. Number 2, Christian, the CMC comeback player of the year. McCaffrey, the biggest risk reward, has played off almost back-to-back 20-point games. You're about to get the Arizona Cardinals in a 2-0 game here. And the Arizona Cardinals, I mean, this is one of those, with Mac Jones being your quarterback. I know Juan Jennings is back, Ricky Pearsall. You're going to have to lean on CMC till everyone gets back out there. And as long as you're leaning on CMC, he's always going to be a top 3 running back with number 1 upside every single time. You saw him found the end zone last week through the air. You'd like to see the rushing game pick up a little bit, but I feel like it's just a Mac Jones timing thing. They need to get down, and it'll start be flowing here before Brock Purdy comes back in week 4. And CMC is never going to be out of my top 3 as long as he's healthy. Number 3, the guy that is just destroying fantasy football right now, Jonathan Taylor. And you got to think, like, week 1, he had 2 TDs vultured from Danny Dimes at the 1-yard line. He could be sitting with 50 fantasy points at RB1 ahead of James Cook by like 10 points right now if he wanted to. Now, you're getting the Tennessee Titans. It's going to be a grunge match. The guy's played 45 straight snaps. I mean, he never comes off the field unless they're blowing him out. And the Colts don't look like they're going to get blown out anytime soon with Danny Dimes. Jonathan Taylor, obviously a top 3 smash play for me this week. Number 4, do not panic, Derrick Henry. You get Monday Night Football, you get the Lions, you get the highest implied point total game of the week according to Vegas odds. Now, last week, guys, we learned that the Cleveland Browns run defense is absolutely nasty. They back-to-back games hold 2 running backs to 73 yards total. This is a very, very tough run D to face. I know that anyone could beat it is Derrick Henry. I just think that was an aberration game. Like, you're not going to see him score 2 points again. You're starting King Henry every single week regardless. Just one of those bad matchups. Don't panic. Number 5. James Cook, and he is chasing RB1 this year, guys. He has the best schedule going ahead with Christian McCaffrey. Both these guys have the 2 easiest running back schedules, according to, odds makers, and they're favored in every game. And you saw last week, Josh Allen, they didn't even need to use him. They pound the run. You get the Miami Dolphins here this week on a short week on Thursday. Their team's falling apart, and Miami's been crushed by the run every single week. You saw Ramondre Stevenson pop off last week versus the Dolphins run because they're absolutely terrible. So you're starting James Cook with absolute confidence this week. To end out the baller tier, number 6, Saquon Barkley. We're still waiting for that Saquon-type explosion play. Like, he's still gotten 15 points back-to-back or 14.3. I don't know what it was exactly. But pretty much he has 30 fantasy points in 2 games, right? Hasn't had that, no space to get loose. I mean, he hasn't had that Saquon explosion play. He's just been ground and pound. Kind of the Eagles' offense has just been very, very weird this year. Even the passing game has been terrible. So I know you get the Rams. It's a very tough matchup. They're number 1 versus the quarterback and number 1 versus the running back. I mean, both these matchups for these guys are going to be tough this week. But I'm still putting Saquon Barkley in the top. Number 7, Jahmyr Gibbs. They exploded versus Ben Johnson in the revenge game against the Bears. I'd like to see his snap share come up. We're looking at a 56% snap share. Yes, it was a blowout. Week 1 was 66. You want to see him in the 70s. You want to get this superstar talent out there and just let him work. Like, I know that David Montgomery and they like him as the goal line back, and I get all that, and the 2-way split. You got to get your superstar out here on the field more. If Tony Pollard is playing 89% of the snaps, what the hell is Jahmyr Gibbs doing playing 50? Like, come on, guys. So Jahmyr Gibbs, Ravens or not, Monday Night Football or not, you're never sitting Jahmyr Gibbs. But I am dropping him down a little bit more because the Lions are on the road here, and they don't play well outside the dome. Number 8, Bucky Irving, and man, is he smashing. He's had 2 very tough matchups. Now you're going to get the New York Jets, and the New York Jets are also down their quarterback. So it's going to be rough. I mean, they've also given up 216 yards on the ground. It's almost 100 a game here and 2 touchdowns. And Bucky's going to smash here in this game. This is going to be a 20-plus point game for Bucky. You can already read the writing on the wall with Tyrod Taylor as the quarterback. So easy call here with Bucky. Number 9, Devon the Hurricane A. Chain. And guys, if you did not see week 2, right, and Ollie Gordon was there, the game was close, right? The game was close with the Patriots. And what happened? Devon A-Chain played 93% of the snaps. That is the most for any running back on the season. I've been telling you, my boy will always be a top 5 running back just based on the passing work he gets done. And who knows what happens with Tyreek Hill, man. Devon A-Chain's value could even go up and up and up more from even where it is right now, which is crazy to say. You're starting him every single week, no matter what. Number 10, and this one's a little tougher for me. So, like we just talked about with Derrick Henry, and they blew him out. It wasn't like they didn't have the ball. It wasn't like they couldn't run on him. Josh Jacobs is going up against the Cleveland Browns. And I know he has 11 straight games with a touchdown, and he's getting the 20-plus touches again like the workhorse. And they probably have the number 1 defense with Micah Parsons. The Packers look unbelievable. They'll get opportunities galore just from that defense. I'm still saying start him. I know that Derrick Henry was just stymied, and they've shut down both running backs back-to-back in Cleveland, but still, I'm not sitting Josh Jacobs regardless. Number 11, here's one of my big calls of the week, baby. Jordan Mason. So with Aaron Jones going down, we know how bad the Bengals defense is. They give up 30 points a game to the running back alone. Now, you are going to have Carson Wentz. They do have a decent offensive line. But they're going up against Jake Browning as well. That defense is going to be heckling the offensive line of the Bengals. You saw Joe Burrow go down. I mean, they blitz at the highest rate in the NFL, and the Vikings are going to be getting after him. So you got to love Jordan Mason here for an anytime touchdown. You got to love Jordan Mason as an absolute smash play this week. He's going to be on my smash start running backs where I drop way more stats there. But Jordan Mason, I absolutely love, and I've been calling him a league winner all year long because I never trusted Aaron Jones' health. And lo and behold, here we are. Number 12 to round out tier 1, Kyren Williams. And they're starting to get this little, here comes, Blake Corum entering the scene more. just so you guys know, yes, Blake Corum entered the scene more in week 2, right? The Rams were also at a 2-touchdown lead in week 2. But Kyron Williams had 19 touches in week 1 and 19 touches in week 2. Even though Blake Corum entered the scene, it was game script dependent. You're getting the Philadelphia Eagles in this game. Like I said, Saquon Barkley and Kyron Williams are in for probably 20-plus touches of a grunge matchup versus good defenses, but volume is always going to keep them high for me. Heading out of Tier 3, Chase Brown. I mean, the usage is insane. 73% snap share. That's what you want. That's top 10 in the NFL. No offensive line. Now you've got Jake Browning. So what can Brown do for you? What can Chase and Jake Brown do together right here? Or Jake Brown do together? Like I said, you're getting the Minnesota Vikings. I know that he gets all the snaps. Like, they don't even have any other carries to other running backs, which is what you want in fantasy. But I just got to see how it looks first. I'm dropping Chase Brown a lot from where I had him coming in. It's been a rough 2 weeks for him, and it could be a rough end of the season here. They've got to fix this offensive line in Cincinnati, man. It's literally ruining Joe Burrow and the Bengals. Here we go. Number 14, man. Javonte Williams. I can't believe he's here. I can't believe he's here. He's RB2 on the season right now at 37.4 points. He's playing 74% of the snaps, which is top 10 as well, right above Chase Brown. I mean, the matchup is beautiful. You get the Chicago Bears. They absolutely struggle versus the running back, giving up 28 points a game. You just saw him absolutely blow up last week versus a good Giants front. In the week 1, he kind of got those 2 PI flags. So I was kind of like, let's see how it goes. And then bang, he hits right back again. I've got to put this guy in the top 15 for now. And my apologies for how the season started. I didn't like Javonte coming in. I thought you'd see more of a split of Miles Sanders and Jadon Blue. And he looks like the guy as of right now. Number 15, the rookie who everyone had ranked way too high except your boy. The rookie hype, it gets everyone, man. Like, I saw people with him in the top 3, top 5. Ashton Genty, the Raiders' offensive line is terrible. When they don't have Brock Bowers cooking, Geno Smith looks absolutely awful, which you saw on Monday Night Football. And he's averaging 2 yards a carry. Not numbers you want to see for your superstar rookie. They need to get him 20 touches a game. He's got the juice. It's just the scheme isn't working. And you figured Pete Carroll and Chip Kelly with their run scheme and how they run, it'd look even better. And it just hasn't. Ashton Genty, I'm keeping at number 15 this week. Breece Hall, and this one's tough. Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay, you think their strength is versus the run from last year, but it's not. They're giving up 24 points a game. And there's no Justin Fields. So are they going to lean on their run game here to control the clock with Tyrod Taylor as the quarterback, or are they just going to get blown out, fall behind, and play dump-off passes the whole time here? Maybe Breece eats through the air. So it's really, really tough for the Jets right now without Justin Fields out there. But I still got to go with Breece in the volume here. I'm going to leave it at 16. I would say maybe 20 range as well. He could fit into all those slots with the Justin Fields situation. Number 17, Alvin Kamara. Guys, Alvin Kamara just played 86% of the snaps. This is your workhorse back. He is number 4 in snap share. They do not care that they're losing both games, that their season may be over. They're going to ride the hell out of Alvin Kamara. And I've been saying that he may be a trade candidate, so something to keep your eye on. Same with Breece Hall. If they fall 0-3 here, with Tyrod, these are things you got to think about in fantasy football. Alvin Kamara and Breece Hall could be buy low candidates just for, I guess not buy low. Breece would be a buy low if he hasn't a bad game, but these are guys you got to look to buy moving here in front of the deadline here, moving up. Number 18, James Conner. And it's official, guys. James Conner is no longer the bell cow 3-down back in Arizona. It has been, the passing down work is all Trey Benson, and he sprinkles in a little here and there. I mean, it was a 56-44 split last week. I know it was Carolina. Still, the game was kind of close coming down to the end. They did blow them out kind of early in the game. So, I mean, you could use that as game script if you wanted. But this is more of a like 1A, mini 1B kind of situation now. And I think that's how it's going to be all year long. I mean, Benson's looked good. So, you get the 49ers, tough matchup, and Alvin Kamara just kind of shredded us. But I think they're still going to use a two-headed look here. And James Conner's value is dropping as of now. Number 19, Travis Etienne, who is still getting 64% of the snaps. People went all crazy for Byshell Tootin over a touchdown last week. Guys, Byshell Tootin played 25% of those snaps. Don't overthink it. This is the Travis Etienne show. But you are getting the Houston Texans defense, whose front is absolutely nasty. So this is going to be more of a pass game here. BTJ is going to have to, Trevor Lawrence is going to have to, unlock BTJ here at some point this season, because this is going to be really, really tough for ETN on the ground, but he will be able to get it done through the air. Number 20, Chuba Hubbard, Carolina Panthers. Very tough matchup, but they just got some good news. AJ Terrell was ruled out, their superstar corner that could be shadowing Ted McMillan. That may open up more across the middle here for Chuba Hubbard. And the Panthers have been a struggle bus till the second half, so the eighth quarter of their season, right? Let's put it like that. Bryce Young catches a little fire, goes for 300 yards and 3 touchdowns in one quarter. He is that kind of streaky Dave Canales type quarterback, regardless of garbage time or not. That's what he needs, is a little confidence boost. Maybe we see that moving into the game here, and their offense just doesn't stink, and they're not way behind in this game. But this Falcons defense is nasty, man. They spent the draft capital in the draft to move up back into the first round. They probably got, once AJ Terrell's back out, they're probably one of the best secondaries in football. And they get after people, man. So I still like Chuba as like your low-end RB2 at number 20, but it's going to be very touchdown dependent for him here in this game. Number 21, DeAndre Swift. And Roshan Johnson was a healthy scratch last week. Coming back, that was kind of interestingly strange to me. And then DeAndre Swift only played 57% of snaps because they got blown out after playing 81% in week 1. So you get the Cowboys here. This is a potential shootout game, one of the highest over-unders of the week. Do I trust it? I don't know, man. This Bears defense is really, really bad. They were getting shattered all year long. They need Montez Sweat to step up here. DeAndre Swift, I'm going to keep at 21 this week. Number 22, volume is king. He's still a flex play, low-end RB2, Tony Pollard. Back-to-back weeks of 89% snaps. That's number 1 in the NFL in total. Obviously, Devon A.J. played 93 last week, which was number 1 overall in the week. But Tony Pollard, man, they finally get a little breathing room. They've had the most brutal. They threw Cam Ward just here. Cam Ward, number 1 pick coming to the NFL. We'll send you at Denver, then we'll send the Rams to your house. 2 of the top 3 defenses pretty much. Been a nightmare start for the Titans. Maybe they get some room to breathe here. And then you think they get the Colts, and do the Colts are 2-0 and just beat the Broncos. So Tony Pollard's still a, flex play, low-end RB2 just based on volume. You should have Tyjae Spears here back week 5. Maybe you see a little more of a split then. But Tony Pollard, as of now, you still got to throw him out there just because volume, man. Moving on to Seattle. Sorry, guys. Let me get some coffee here. Moving on to Seattle. Now, I am going to move K9 up here. And you are getting the Saints. And the Saints are coming to the 12th man. The Saints' run D has been very bad, giving them 25 points a game. I know all of this, right? And they're probably going to get stymied by the Seattle defense out there. But Clint Kubiak has already alluded to, right after Kenneth Walker had his big game last week, it was on very limited touches. Zach Charbonnet outsnapped him last week as well. So he's already alluded to, and Kenneth Walker even alluded to as well, that he likes the split to keep him more healthy for the season. So interesting details kind of here. And I got Kenneth Walker at 23, and I've got Zach Charbonnet at 26. And the matchup's beautiful, but it's going to be hard unless an injury kind of happens, which I hate to say for these guys, because, Kenneth Walker only played 35% of the snaps last week. That's not a good number, guys. That's not what you want. Charbonnet played 55%. So obviously Walker looked better, yards per carry, more explosive. He carries such an injury risk with him, though, that I think it's a smart play for the Seahawks. And both these guys are going to be flexible plays at this rate, especially in this matchup. Charbonnet can even be flexed against the Saints. He has very high touchdown upside here. Number 24, J.K. Dobbins. Right? J.K. Dobbins. R.J. Harvey, all the hype. R.J. Harvey is doing absolutely nothing. He is like a fantasy football waste of time right now. It's absolutely crazy to say. But J.K. Dobbins carries that big injury history. But Dobbins back-to-back, 50+% snaps in both games. And you even see Tyler Beatty in there. This is what Sean Payton does. He rolls a committee of running backs. I tried to allude to this all preseason long. So unless an injury happens, it's going to be J.K. Dobbins most likely. And then you'll probably see R.J. Harvey if anything happens to him. He carries a major, major injury risk. The Broncos, they're going to get the Chargers. It's going to be a tough matchup here, division battle on the road. And they're coming off that brutal loss to the Colts. So, I can't believe I'm ranking this guy up here. It's like Javonte Williams. But heading down to tier 4 here, number 25, Ja'Cory Krosky Merritt. And the chips could not have fallen any better for this guy. Chris Rodriguez out. Austin Eckler out for the season. Jeremy McNicholas is the other running back. And all of a sudden, season of Bill is here. But the Raiders' run D is a very, very tough run D, regardless of how bad their offense is. So he's going up against a top 5 run D here that allows 13 points a game to the position in total. So I'd say temper your expectations on his first start, especially if you don't have JD5, which we got to wait for the Friday updates to find out what's going on with him. So, he's kind of a flex play. I have an RB25, but I'd say, don't get too hyped right away because of his, he's getting his first start. Number 27. My throat is just parched. It's going to be Isaiah Pacheco. This is the Chiefs' do or die game. They've upped his snaps a little bit here going through. So he came out, I believe, at like 40% or 51%. Now he's at 60% or 58% around there. That's what you want to see. He's coming off major injury. We're 2 weeks in, but this is the do or die game for the Chiefs here. They need to beat the Giants. They cannot lose to Russell Wilson, the Giants, to go 0-3. It will be a nightmare of talk across social media and everything if that happens. And they need to lean on Pacheco here. You watch Javonte Williams run him over. This Giants front is very good, but this Giants front also gets very tired. If you look at week 1, I guess you'd say week 2, there's more of a splash play TD galore game against the Cowboys with 80 points total in that game, or plus points. So it can be done. They need to lean on their guy. It's time to get Pacheco involved. If you need to flex him this week, I'm okay with it because of the matchup. Omarion Hampton. Talk about just drafted too early, man. This guy's had 80% snaps, and you see him go to 62% snaps. You see Najee get 8 carries. You see Najee get 2 touches. And they can't run the football with a great offensive line and a Harbaugh system through 2 weeks. I cannot explain that at all. He's more like a wait and see right now for me. I don't even know if I want to start him at all. So I have him at RB28. I'm hoping he bounces back. I'm hoping we see something better here. But until then, it's rough to rank Omarion Hampton right now. Number 29, David Montgomery heading into Baltimore. I should have talked about this with Jahmyr Gibbs. He has touchdown upside. I don't like it in this game because I think they're going to fall behind. And you always see more Jahmyr Gibbs when they fall behind than you do David Montgomery. So I'm a little worried about Monty here. I don't like him that much this week. Number 30, Jaylen Warren, the darling of 10-plus point games the last 2 weeks. But it's still, you could say that, yeah, he's the running back 1, but he's still doing that with very, very low snap share, 45%, 58%. That's Isaiah Pacheco numbers. That's not what you want to see from your so-called RB1. And, Caleb Johnson may have lost his kickoff return job, whatever it is there. You get the New England Patriots. They are a tough run game. You're on the road. They're tough run D. Jaylen Warren, could he get it done through the air? Yeah, Aaron Rodgers has been dinking and dunking to him. He's maybe a flex play if you like it. I don't like it that much. I know he's hit back-to-back, but I still just don't trust an Arthur Smith system. Number 31, Nick Chubb finds the end zone. He's going to be the running back for the Texans until we get a word on Joe Mixon or what happens here. And it's going to be a run game that absolutely sucks all year long, but you are getting Jacksonville. So, you got a little hope there going up against the Jags run D. It's not that bad. It, gives up about 16 points a game. So he can fall into the end zone, but the run games look terrible. Their offensive line is absolutely horrible. And it's going to be rough for the Texans run game all year long in 2025, Joe Mixon or not. Number 32, Quinshon Judkins, the darling of the draft. If you drafted him, because goddamn, in one game he came out and looked spectacular. Breaking tackles, 6 yards per carry, balling out against a very good defense. And he wasn't even at camp. He wasn't even really at the offseason workout program dealing with the charges that were going on with the NFL investigation. So you may have stumbled upon an absolute monster that honestly, after one game, looks like the best rookie running back in this class. It's crazy to say, but he absolutely does. But the thing is, you're on the Browns. That's the worst part. So I've already moved him up to 32. If he gets more work here, it's going to look even nastier. Number 33, it didn't take long. Tyrone Tracy was someone you should have never drafted in fantasy football. Cam Scatterbo has already taken this job already. And that was a shootout game, and you saw Cam get more work. It wasn't like it was a blowout and Cam was just going out there. That game was close all the way through. They know they have a better pass blocking back. They know they have a same kind of receiving back and a bruiser that can just crush people. So I don't like the start still for like the rest of the season, but if he gets the full workload and takes his job, he'll move his way into flex territory. But the Giants' offensive line is so bad. It's going to be really, really rough to run the ball. He's going to have to get it done for the passing game all year long. 34 and 35. Now, don't get excited if you have Ramondre Stevenson on your roster and he just popped off for 20 points and you think you're going to start Ramondre Stevenson because the Steelers defense been getting ran on. Guys, the Miami Dolphins are going to get crushed by everyone in the run this year. That's just things you have to know. You can't let the one game hit you to the next game. Yes, has Ramondre been out snapping Travion Henderson? Yes. I get all of that. I can't believe Travion Henderson played 32% snaps last week, which is crazy. They said it'd be an increase in snaps, and it went down. At some point, he's going to take over this job. It's just a matter of a waiting game. Do not fall. Do not falter your thoughts. It will happen. Don't worry. As of right now, Ramondre Stevenson's ahead of him. I still don't trust him. I mean, I know you got the Steelers. I know it's a plus matchup still. I don't trust Ramondre Stevenson. I just don't. And number 36, we're going to throw him on here. RJ Harvey. 33% snaps. Not what you want to see. J.K. Dobbins is the guy here. He needs an injury to happen. You're in a rotation. It's rough. Thanks for rocking with me today, guys. That is the end of the episode. That is my top 36 running back rankings heading into week 3. My wide receivers and tight ends will be next, guys, so make sure you check those out as well. As always, on the way out, make sure you hit that thumbs up if you haven't already. Hit that subscription button. Helps me out a ton. I'll be bringing you fantasy football content all year long to help you dominate every single week. And all the support you guys have shown me is absolutely amazing, man. And remember, if you guys want to check out the Discord, it is pinned in the comments and in the description of the video. And as always, if you want our pick'ems, our DFS Tertiary Plays, everything we do for DFS, best ball, everything like that, make sure you sign up on drafters.com using promo code SLEAZE, and it will double your initial deposit to $100. And that's it for me this episode, man. I hope to see you guys in the wide receiver one. Sleaze Bomb out. I'll catch you guys in the next one.